Hi, it's Brittany, and I want to cover one more quick question today, and that's, is post-crossing appropriate for kids? I think it's a great website if used properly with adult supervision, and I think it's a really great resource for kids, and it's something that can really help broaden their horizons, but there's probably a couple things you should keep in mind. One, especially for younger kids, they're going to need some parental help being responsible, getting cards out, registering cards, making sure addresses are written properly, making sure postcard codes are on there. So if you're doing this with younger kids or kids who maybe aren't quite ready to handle that on their own yet, make sure you're stepping in and giving them a hand. As far as safety and appropriateness, I think again younger kids are going to want to experience post-crossing through an adult. Not very often, but kind of rarely, occasionally, you do come across profiles whose wish lists might include erotic or pinup or kind of adult themes, and if that's not something you want your child to read or be exposed to, then I would just make sure you're the one interacting with the website and you're the one pulling profiles so your kids don't accidentally run into that. Again, it's not a widespread issue, but it is something that I'm very aware parents like to be careful about exposing their kids to, and I think that's a very valid thing to be worried about. Again, because people do occasionally request these cards, that means these cards might occasionally show up in people's galleries, which means you might see a pinup girl here or like an adult-themed sexy man over there. You're not going to obviously find anything too explicit because you can't send pornography through the mail in most countries, I think. You know, you can thank Anthony Comstock or your country's version of Anthony Comstock for that. But again, it is something to keep in mind if you're trying to control what kind of exposure your children have to that kind of material. Lastly, I will say that people do occasionally have sensitive political or social views or interests listed on their profile, and if this is something you aren't ready for your child to be seeing yet, keep that in mind. You'll probably want to be the one who's going through profiles, you'll want to be the one who's pulling wish lists and asking your child what card they want to be sending. You'll want to just put that extra layer between your child and the internet again. Of course, no child under 13 should be using the internet without supervision. These are just some guidelines I want people to know about in case you're on the fence about doing post-crossing with your kid or not. I do think it truly is a valuable experience. It opens up people to connections beyond what's in front of them. It allows people to see there is a world beyond what's in their yard, and it just opens you up to experience the kindness of other people on this planet. But as with all things with children involved, just make sure there's some parental supervision. That's kind of all I have to say about that. I hope this was pretty informative, and I hope I can see you in another video. See you later!